So when the star delta transformation need, when there is a complicated circuit and we cannot solve it by a simple series parallel techniques, that we cannot apply the series parallel technique to simplify the circuit, then we use the star delta transformation. Anybody can hear this term before? Something who is prepared for the IIT or the JEE Advanced or means, they can know how that star delta transformation occurs. Okay, so what is the star circuit and what is the delta circuit, that I will draw. So this is what kind of circuit? This is a delta circuit. You know, this is in form of delta, and this is a star circuit in a form of star shape. Okay, star shape. Should I take this class elaborately? So if you consider this is as RC, this is as RB, and this is as RA, and this is R1, this is R2, and this is R3, and if you take this point as 1, this point as 2, and this point as 3, and this should be 1, 2 and 3, then you can convert this star into delta or delta into star by a simple technique, that is called the star delta transformation. Means a circuit which has a star network, delta network, that can be simplified if you convert that circuit into the star form, or if a circuit that is in form of the star, that can be simplified if you convert that star connection into the delta. Everybody hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these two circuit, first thing is these two circuit are electrically equivalent. Means if you convert this delta into star, or if you convert star into delta, the equivalent resistance of the circuit remains same. That's why they are called the electrically equivalent. Okay, now come to the point, that is a first delta to star. Okay, so a delta circuit is given. Now we have to consider the convert into the star circuit. So consider if a connection is made with 1 and 2, these two port, then what should be the equivalent resistance of this circuit? So for 1 and 2, if these are to the terminal which you connect, and if you want to calculate the equivalent resistance, then you can apply the series parallel technique. Here you see that current is flowing, coming out from this and going to this, and some current is divided in this branch. So you see that RB and RC are in series with the parallel with RC. So R equivalent 1 and 2 टर्मिनल के लिए कितना होगा? RC is parallel to RB plus RA, ये होगा ना? That is the RC into RA plus RB, RA plus RB divided by RA plus RB plus RC. Is it? You know this? That is the, if 1 and 2 are connected, and then the equivalent circuit of the star is, R equivalent is for for delta. Okay, for star, if you connect the star, that this one terminal 1 and terminal 2 are connected, then what is the equivalent resistance of the circuit? So for star, R equivalent between 1 2 is nothing but the R1 plus R2. Only R1 and R2 are connected. Current is flowing from here to here to here, here to here, like this. This element, these R3s can be redundant. Okay, so as they are electrically equivalent, we can say that R1 plus R2 is nothing but the RC into RA plus RB whole divided by RA plus RB plus RC. You can say it. These two are electrical equivalent. According to that, you can say if 2 and 3 are connected, then it should be RC and RB are in series and with parallel RA. So it becomes RA into RB plus RC by RA plus RB plus RC. That is the equivalent resistance for the delta. For star it is, if 2 and 3 are connected, then it becomes R2 plus R3. So R2 plus R3 become what? RA into RB plus RC whole divided by RA plus RB plus RB plus RC. Is it? এটাই তো নাকি? এই তো হোগা?
Yes.
Okay. And for if you consider that 1 and 3 are connected, then RC and RB are in series and parallel with RB. So, and if 1 and 3 are connected, then R1 plus R3 is the equivalent resistance. So R1 plus R3 should be R1 plus R3 should be RB into RA plus RC whole divided by RA plus RB plus RC. Okay. How can you means there are three expression. How can you keep these three expression in your mind? So what is the trick? That if R1 is equal to R3, means R1 can be related with RA, R2 can be related with RB, and R3 can be related with RC. So when 1 and 2 are present, that is the R3 is not present, then here you should write R3 is nothing but the RC. When 2 and 3 is present, so R1 is absent, R1 is equal to RA, so RA is present over here. And when R1 and 3 are present, that is the R2 is absent, so R2 is equivalent to RB, so RB is written over here. There, you got my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
now, if if you subtract this from this, that is this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Now what should you do? You subtract equation 2 from equation 1. So what should you get? That is R1, equation 2 is R2 plus R3, and equation 1 is R1 plus R2. So R2 R1 plus R2 minus R2 minus R3 is nothing but the, if you subtract it, RC, 2 and 2 cancel out, so this become RCRA. हम एक दिखा रहे हैं, बाकी घर में कर लेना, ठीक है? प्लस RCRB माइनस RARB माइनस RARC. So RARC cancel out, so it becomes RBRC minus RA/RB divided by RA plus RB plus RC. आया समझ में? This is equation 4. Is there any confusion up to this? Now,
No, sir.
No, sir.
now add equation 4 with 3. So this become what? R1 minus R3, and equation 3 becomes R1 plus R3. Now add these two equation. So R
माइनस आर वन होगा ना
हाँ কোনটা हुआ কোনটা এটা
वन माइनस कुछ
हाँ 2 from 1 R1 plus R2 minus R2 minus R3, so R1 minus R3. So R1 plus R3 plus R1 minus R3, it becomes, so R3 cancel out, so 2 R1 is there. So if you add this, so you get this and this. So RA, so in the numerator, sorry, denominator, RA plus RB plus RC is there, then it becomes RB RA plus RBRC plus RBRC minus RBRA. So this is cancel out. So this here it is 2R1, and in this right hand side it becomes 2RBRC divided by RA ये भी लिख रहे हैं हाँ this become 2RA R1 is nothing but the 2RBRC divided by RA plus RB plus RC. So 2 and 2 cancel out. So R1 become RBRC divided by RA plus RB plus RC. Okay. Like this you can. So when R1 is calculated, you see that R1 is equivalent to RA. So in the upper side, in the numerator, there is the absence of RA. This is the trick how you keep this expression in your mind. So R1, when R1 is you find, that is if you convert delta to star and if you calculate the R1, then in the numerator of that transformation, in the numerator you cannot get RA in the numerator. Got it? So according to that you can find out R2. So when R2 can be calculated, it means the RB is absent. So RA RC whole divided by RA plus RB plus RC. If you calculate R3, it become RA RB, as RC is absent, RA plus RB plus RC. Also I write R1 because I need this, RB RC divided by RA plus RB plus RC. Okay, so this is how you keep it on your mind. One thing I can show you that this is the easiest process when you apply the start delta transformation in the circuit. Then if you got one delta circuit like this, if you got one delta circuit and you want to convert that delta circuit into the star circuit, if you cannot follow this process which I am going to show you, then you can be very much confused which one is RA, which one is RB, which one is RC, or which one is R1, which one is R2, which one is R3. So this one is RC, this one is RA, and this one is RB. You should draw one star circuit inside this delta. You should draw one star circuit inside this delta circuit. Again I am telling you, you have to draw a star circuit because you are going to find the equivalent circuit, equivalent resistance. Okay, so this one become R1 according to the previous. If you consider the previous one, the R1, R2, R3. So R1, this one is R2, this one is R3. So when you consider this R1, you see that you have to consider these two opposite side resistance in the numerator. When you calculate this R1 become RC and RB. This RC and RB should be to opposite side, that should be present in the opposite side of the R1, means which you want to equivalent. You got my point? R1, okay.
Yes.
Again, if you see that when you calculate R2, then R2 become RC RA by RA plus RB plus RC. When you calculate R3, so R3 become RB RA whole divided by RA plus RB plus RC. If you take one example, then it will be easier to change our conversion of this start delta. Okay, now start to delta. Everybody should subscribe the channel. Okay, I'll give more videos. Okay, so multiplying the equations, this R1 and R1 and R2, R1, R2, R3, if you write simultaneously R1, R2, R3, so if multiply that, R1, R2 become what? R1, R2, you get that RA, RB and 2C are there, RC square divided by RA plus RB plus RC whole square. According that, if you consider R2, R3, it become R2 and R3, so RA square RB RC whole divided by RA plus RB plus RC whole square, and R3 R1 R3 R1, it becomes RB square, so RA RB square RC whole divided by RA plus RB plus RC whole square. Okay, now so this is become equation 5, this is become equation 6, and this become equation 7. Now what should you do? You add equation 4, 5, 6 and 7. Add 5, 6 and 7. What you get? R1 R2 plus R2 R3 plus R3 R1. It becomes everywhere RA RB RC is present, so taking RA RB RC as common, you get first RA square is there, RB square is there and RC square is there, so RA plus RB plus RC should be there inside of the bracket, and here in the denominator RA plus RB plus RC whole square. That is the, you can cancel, why should I write this? Oh sorry, this RA is associated with this resistance. Okay, so here you can cancel this with this, so it become RA RB RC whole divided by RA plus RB plus RC. Okay, so what is this part? RB RC whole divided by RA plus RB plus RC, it is become R3, so RA R3, you can write RA R3. Okay, according to that you can write it is at RBRC. RBRC means not RA, R1. It becomes R1. As A is present, so it become R1. So again, if you go RBRC, RARB divided by all these things, then it becomes
R3.
RBR2. Like this, it become RCR3. There is a parity. You should maintain the parity. When RA is there, then it is R1. When RB is there, then it should be R2. When RC is there, it become R3. So R1 R2 plus R2 plus R3 plus R3 R1 is equal to RA R1 or RB R2 or RC R3. So here you can find RA is nothing but R1 R2 plus R2 R3 plus R3 R1 whole divided by R1. So if you segregate this equation, so it become R2 plus R3 plus R2 R3 by R1. Is it? R1 R2 by R1 R1 cancel out R2 R3 by R1 R2 R3 by R1 R3 R1 by R1 R1 cancel out R3. So when A is there, then you cannot get R1 is over there. According that, if RB is what? RB is equal to, so R2 is not present, so R1 plus R3 plus R1 R3 whole divided by R2. So as RA is there, so in the denominator R1 is there. So here RB is there, due to that R2 is there. So R3, what is the expression of R3? R3 becomes RC becomes R1 plus R2 plus R1 R2 whole divided by R3. As RC is there, that's why R3 is present over here. This is the star delta transformation which is in your syllabus. It is very much needed when you simplify or when you go through the simple RLC, that is not RLC, that is the KCL, KVL and the fourth theorem, that is the Thevenin's Norton's superposition and the maximum power transfer theorem. Okay, so now if you consider a simple expression, so if question 1, here one resistance is there, there were another 3 or 4 way that you can simplify the circuit. They are nothing but the folding symmetry, mirror symmetry, all these things. I hope you know that how the folding symmetry and mirror symmetry are applied in a circuit. And there are also another way that is called the Wheatstone bridge, which is present in your plus 12 standard syllabus. If balance Wheatstone bridge is there, then P by Q is equal to R by S, you know, I think. Okay, so there are some circuits which is in the form of Wheatstone bridge, then you can apply the Wheatstone bridge also. Okay, so if it is a 4.5 ohm, if it is a 7.5 ohm, it is a 3 ohm, it is a 4 ohm, it is again 3 ohm, here it is a 3 ohm, it is a 4.5 ohm and it is a 7.5 ohm. How should we convert this circuit? That is, find the equivalent resistance between A and B. Simple question, 12 standard question. Find if this is point A and this is point B, find the equivalent resistance between A and B. What should you do? You should convert that into the star circuit. This is the delta circuit. You cannot, by using the series parallel technique, you cannot solve this circuit. So you have to apply the series parallel, star delta technique for conversion, for simplify this circuit. Okay, so now if you consider simplify this circuit, so what should you do? So the circuit becomes, the delta is converted into star, so it become like this. It become like this. Did you get my point? आ रहा है समझ में क्या हो रहा है?
Yes, sir.
So that delta is converted into star like this, and that delta is converted into star like this. So what should be the value of this resistance? It becomes this into this divided by this plus this plus this. हाँ, क्या बोले थे कि जब ये रेजिस्टेंस निकालना है तब तुमको क्या करना है, उसका बगल वाला जो रेजिस्टेंस है उसको मल्टीप्लाई करो. सो इफ दिस इज, इफ यू कंसीडर दिस एज R1 and R2 and R3 and become R4, R5 and R6, you can write, consider R1, R2, R3, anything. But what should be the value of R2? R2 should be 4.5 into 3 divided by 4.5 plus 7.5 plus 3. You got my point? When we calculate this, we take this as R2. The circuit was like this, na? The previous circuit was like this. The previous circuit was like this. Okay. Now convert this into the equivalent star circuit. So this is 4 point, this was 4.5, this was 3, this was 7.5. Now you consider R2. समझ में आ रहा है तो?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So R2 become what? 4.5 into 3.3 divided by 4.5 plus 7.5 plus 3. So it is become 4 3 ja 12, 13.5. 13.5 divided by 15. It is almost equivalent to 0.9 ohm. 0.9 ohm, na?
Sir.
Huh? This is 0.9 ohm. So
Yes, sir.
this is 0.9 ohm. Now what is the value of this? So if you consider R1, so calculate it. R1 is equal to 4.5 into 7.5 divided by 15. The denominator part should be constant as it is R1 plus R2 plus R3. So denominator part is constant. So it becomes 4.5 into 7.5. How much?
2.25.
2.25 है ना. So R1 becomes 2.25 ohm and R3 become, so 7.5 into 3 22.5 divided by 15, this 1.5 ohm आ गया. ये भी सेम ही होगा क्योंकि रेजिस्टेंस सेम ही है. सो दिस बिकम्स, सो R4, so R4 become how much? R4 is nothing but equivalent to 4.5 and 3. That is the R4 becomes 0.9. 0.9. Okay. So R5 becomes, this was 3, this was 7.5. So 3 into 7.5 means it becomes 1.5, and it becomes how much? 2.25. Now you can calculate. Now it is easy. So again I am redraw this circuit. So this is so this is what? This is how much? R1 is 2.25. 2.25. This is 0.9. This is 1.5. This become 4. It is keep constant 3. This become 0.9. This is 2.25, and this is obviously 1.5. Now can you calculate this equivalent resistance? This is the, what is the equivalent resistance? So 2.25 is there. Now here is also another 2.25 and 2.25. Now 0.9 and 4 are in series, so it is 1.8 plus 4 is equal to 5.8. 5.8, and it is become how much? 3 plus 3, 6. Okay, so now 5.8 and 6 are in parallel. Calculate it. 5.8 parallel 6. What is the value? 5.8 into 6 by 11.8. It becomes 2.95. 2.95. So the equivalent resistance is what? It is 2.25. Keep intact. Then it is 2.95. Then again it is 2.5. So the equivalent resistance, the final equivalent resistance become
7.95.
7.95. Now 7.95 or yeah, 2.25 is there. Sorry, 2.25. It's 2.2, not 2.5. 2.25. So it becomes 7.45 ohm. Did you get this circuit? Is there any problem?
No, sir.
Okay. This is how you apply the series parallel technique. Okay. Now I am giving you the one assignment. You just try to solve it in your home. That is the find equivalent resistance between A and B. So the circuit is like this. This is a much complicated circuit, but it is easy to solve. I am giving you the hint also for simplifying this circuit. This is the circuit. So 4 this is 41, this is 15. This becomes 2, this becomes 6. Already know home, this becomes 6. This is A, point A, this is point B. So this is 6, this is 15, this is 4. This becomes 17 and this becomes 11. So how you solve this? How you solve this? So did you see any star or delta in this circuit? Did you see any star or delta in this circuit? कोई दिखाई दे रहा है स्टार डेल्टा? I can make it easy, okay? I can make it
স্যার
easy.
2 আর 4 অ্যাড হয়ে গিয়ে ওটা স্টার হবে
2 or 4?
এটা হবে
2 or 4? Very good. And 4 and 11 is nothing but 15. So if you redraw this circuit, so the circuit becomes, I'm giving you the hint, the rest of the part you have to solve in your home. Here 15 is there and you should place you should convert the circuit, redraw the circuit is like this. So this is now become 6 ohm as 2 and 4 are in series. It becomes 4 plus 11 is equal to 15. Okay, this becomes again 15. This is intact 15. This is 41. This become 6. This become 6 and this become 17. Now this is your point B, this is your point A. Now can you solve this circuit? So now this circuit becomes as like the I have discussed the previous math. The circuit is like this. Okay, so this is your assignment. In the next class I am asking you, anybody can be asked that what is the equivalent resistance of the circuit, equivalent resistance of this circuit. Okay, and if I ask anybody to submit it in the soft copy, then he or she can submit it by the WhatsApp. Okay, personal he or she can message me personally, not in the group. Okay, now what is the time? What is it? 11:15. We don't have that much of time. Now as I have already started the Kirchhoff's law, so I have already give the brief idea about the node or the mesh or the loop, all these things, and the branch. Now write down the heading. Kirchhoff's law. These two are the basic law, and depending upon this entire electrical engineering stands. Okay, so what is there are how many laws are there? There are two laws are there. One is Kirchhoff's current law and another is Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, and I think you studied in your class 12, so you know how that, what is the exact definition, that is the statement of that law. So Kirchhoff's law, current law, tells that at any junction the sum of the electric current which is entering, that is the sum of electric current that is leaving from the junction. It means that if this is a junction and here one resistance is there, one resistance is there, one capacitor is there, one inductor is there, another resistance is there. Now if I1 is flowing through it, I1, if I2 is coming inside, I3, I4 and I5. So the algebraic sum at any junction, the sum of the current entering at the junction is the current leaving from the junction. So this is nothing but a junction. This is a junction. Now what should you do? You should do that, consider which currents are entering to the junction and which currents are leaving out from the junction. You see that I1 and I2 are entering to the junction. So I1 plus I2 is the algebraic sum of the current which is entering to the junction, and the current which is leaving out from the junction is I3, I4 and I5. So you must sum that I3 plus I4 plus I5, and according to the KCL they are equal. So this is the nothing but the algebraic sum of the current entering to the junction is the algebraic sum of the current leaving at the junction. So it becomes I at junction is what? How much? Is equal to 0. The current which is entering, that much current is leaving. So at the junction the current becomes 0. So now if you solve the numericals from this KCL and KVL, you frequently ask two types of questions, that is, what is the current in the junction, what is the current in the node, or what is the voltage in the closed loop, what is the voltage in the closed mesh, what is the current across that particular resistance. So for that frequently you hear two terms. One is junction and second one is node. So what is junction? Where three or more conductors are joined, that point is junction. Carefully you note these things. Where two conductors are meeting, that point is node. Did you understand? That is, if this is a basic circuit, electrical circuit, where capacitor, inductor, resistor, all these things are present, here you can name A, B, C, D, E, F like this. So which one is the junction and which one is the node? How many junctions are there and how many nodes are there? Can you tell me? Depending upon these two definitions, you can tell me which one is node, which one is junction. Come on, tell me.
B and E are junction.
Very good. B and E junction. Why? Because here you see that B and C are junction. Here see that these and these three components are joined together, and in B this AB, this BC and EB, three components are joined together. That's why it is called junction. But A, C, F and D are node. You carefully see that here in A only AB and AF are joined. In F, AF and EF are joined. In C, B, C and BD are joined, and in D, CD and ED are joined. So A, C, F, D, that 4 points are nothing but the node. Okay, so one thing, okay, which principle that KCL obeys? Did you know which principle that KCL obeys? The KCL obeys the conservation of charge. This one is another important note. The KCL obeys the conservation of charge. As the current is constant, it means the amount of charge flowing through the circuit is also a constant. So KCL obeys the conservation of charge. Okay, so in the next day I will start the KVL and how the potential drop and potential gain can be considered, and in the across the resistance how you confine that whether you take the resistance, the voltage drop across the resistance is positive or the voltage drop across the resistance is negative. To determine that, I will give 2 or 3 rules and a short tricks by which you can easily determine the polarity of the potential difference, the positive and negative. That is called the polarity, that is a positive polarity or negative polarity. Okay, so today's class is up to this. See you in the next class. Now I will take the attendance. Okay, so you can stop the